Welcome to the Business Owner Spotlight Series. My name is Gabriel Moore. I am the senior partner here at Action Coach Vanguard in Central Iowa. Today, I have the lovely Barb Wiedenman, the owner of Barb Wiedenman Associates, as our guest. We're going to be talking about her business, her journey to business ownership, challenges, best practices, and share a peek into what it's really like to build and operate a business. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when we drop new conversations, just like this one. Barb, welcome, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Can you give me a brief overview of your background and tell us a little bit about your business?
Okay, so I've actually been in real estate for 21 years and lived in the Ankeny community for about 27 years. So we've raised our kids here, and this is really what we call home. The reason I got into real estate is actually kind of a little bit of a funny story because most people have the desire that, oh, I want to be a real estate agent. I never had that desire. My
Yeah.
sister had approached me and said, you know what? I think you'd be a really good real estate agent. She actually, at the time, was a receptionist in a real estate office.
Interesting.
And I was kind of like, really? So fast forward, got my license, and here I am 21 years later, and I thank my sister for getting me into this business.
Which is
So,
fantastic.
yeah,
You had mentioned you did a couple other things too. Would you like to share that with us today, Barb?
sure, I'd love to. A couple other things that I do is I have the Wiedenman Family Foundation, and that was formed because it's a nonprofit, and we started doing events. And I've done some of these events. A lot of people in the Ankeny community know all about them.
Yeah.
The holiday home tour we've done for probably the last
Wow.
8 years. We raise money. The Fill the Fund, which is feeding the Ankeny kids in the school lunch. So that was one of the other ones I created. Hugs from Jesse's Bears, working with the Ankeny Fire Department. And then
Wow.
now we have the Champagne and Dreams event, which is on April 4th. So everybody wants to get their tickets for that, of course.
Right.
That's recognizing a child, giving them their dream of a child in need. So I also have that. And then just recently, me and my sister started another business, and that is baking cakes.
Oh no.
And it's really a hobby. It started out as a hobby, and it's kind of grown. So
Okay.
we love it. We're having fun with it.
How do you
And
not eat all of the cakes?
yeah, and I wonder why I've gained weight, you know?
There's no way I could own a cake store. There's no way.
Yeah, so that's called Gladdie's. So
Oh, oh,
that's our other fun adventure that we've done.
I think I've had one of your cupcakes actually, and they are delightful. Uh,
Oh, thank
I
you.
must say. Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
So what role do you currently, let's go back to your main business in real estate.
Yes.
What role do you currently play in that business now?
I am the owner, the agent, the broker of my own business. So I've got hats of all those things.
Yeah, and you are very familiar with the hat wearing, especially, you include the foundation. Many of the roles are probably they cross over, right? Especially general management, right?
Yep.
When you look at the role that you play now, how many hours do you find yourself spending in your business, doing the job, being the broker, those types of things. And then how many hours or percentage of time do you find yourself working on the business, like strategy and growth and planning?
I tell you what, I never look at the number of hours I put in. Um, I would say working in the business, um, probably a good 40 hours a week.
Sure, sure.
And then probably an additional 20 hours working on the strategic planning and things like that. How we're
Very
going to get
good.
to the next level, what we're going to be doing next.
That's actually fantastic. And to tell you truthfully, Barb, that those types of numbers are far more advanced than most business owners out there. Many business owners, that percentage is far closer. The gap is really, or I'm sorry, far different. So 90% in, 10% on kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's good to hear though. We need more of that for sure.
Yeah.
Growth. So who in your case, if I was your perfect customer, and real estate is, we'd all love to say, I'll take anybody, you know what I mean? And in reality, if you think you'll take anybody, it means that it doesn't really matter who you take. But if I was in your audience, if I was like your perfect client or your perfect customer, what would I look like? What kind of person would I be?
You know, as long as I've done it, in the beginning, I would say you would take every single call that came in, you would chase every single lead. And as the business grows and
Mhm.
you establish a really good client base and you start forming many friendships and you get to the point where your referral business is key. So through the years, I would say now my business is the point where 90% referral, um,
Sure.
and the rest is going to be, some of them are going to be sign calls, where people are just
Right.
calling in on a sign when they see a sign. But most of my business is truly coming from past clients, and referrals.
Okay. And so would you say that you don't spend much time like on social media or anything like that? Or what's your take on that?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
We continue to do social media. We're
Okay.
constantly doing social media. I think it's a must in this age and time that we're in, that you have to be out there.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, probably one of the things that I should be doing and I do not do, and that is putting your face out there, talking live, doing video,
Yeah.
that's not something for me. So I
Yeah.
kind of stay away from that. And I know some of the younger generation that you're seeing, become real estate agents, they're not afraid to do that at all.
Sure. And, I got to tell you, I can relate to you. I have an incredibly hard time being in front of the camera. And in my case, I just know that I just know that if I keep doing it, maybe that fear will over time kind of go away. But I'm still absolutely nervous every time.
Yeah.
And I do my best trying not to think about it. But you're absolutely right, though. The more people that business owners especially, they get in front of their camera to represent their business, the more success they are geared up to make for themselves. It's just being out there, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. And something other, when you talk about what's your, maybe kind of your niche market,
Hmm.
I also focus on, I'm a senior real estate specialist. So I
Okay.
focus on a lot of my seniors. In my business, it is helping those people. This is the biggest decision they're going to make in their lives.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And a lot of people are going through a lot of different things, and we are the first phone call. So it's, hey, Barb, and we get the good and the bad. We're
Sure.
getting a divorce. We're having a baby. We need to downsize because of health reasons. I mean, there's all the different things. We're just getting married. It's, exciting. We're buying our first home. So emotionally, these people are going through a lot. And so you have to listen,
Yes.
um, help them with their needs, And I found that the senior community, going back to that,
Mhm.
the senior community, they've been in their homes for 40 years.
Oh,
They
right.
don't want to move.
That
They
comfort
need,
in that nest.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they need somebody to talk to, because I always tell them, I want you to make the decision as opposed to your children.
Oh, what a great thing to say to someone in that place
You
in
know,
life. Yeah.
where do you want to be? What
Yeah.
would you like? Let's go out and see all the different living opportunities. Maybe it's independent living, maybe it's um, active living communities. Maybe it's
Okay.
they want to just go into a condo or a townhome. So I started a program. It's called Joy, Just Older Youth. So we've got a
Nice.
website and we do workshops.
I like that.
Um,
What are the
we've got
workshops? What are the workshops contain, Barb?
um, I say workshop expo kind of thing.
Oh, sure.
So
Okay.
we have a variety of people that are there, and our next one is on April 11th.
Okay.
And so we invite people to come in. They'll talk about financial planning. They'll talk to attorneys. They'll talk to the funeral home is typically always there.
Okay.
Things that unfortunately it's
You
going to
need to
happen
have
to
the,
every
hey,
last one of
you need
us.
to have those conversations, right? Right.
Yeah, yeah. And so educating, and it's all of us. Doesn't matter what age you are, but
Right.
if you're older and your parents are older, the kids are going to have to deal with some of this.
Yeah. No matter
So
what.
I invite the kids to come, you know, start
Okay.
learning. How can I help mom and dad?
Right. Well, if so, part of your marketing is like social media. Your
Yeah.
niche is a little bit senior placement, which I think is brilliant. What a great it's a never-ending niche kind of thing. What's one thing you wish that more people knew about your business?
Um, I think probably the kind of person I am.
Okay.
I am a full-time real estate agent. I'm here to serve my client, and I want the best for you. I truly want the best for you. You're not a commission to me. You're a individual that I truly care about, and I want to take care of you. You know, I want you at the end of the day and the transaction. It's not just a transaction for me,
Right.
it is truly a relationship business. And I want them to refer me to somebody else. Who else can I help?
Absolutely.
It was at one point in my career early on, it was, don't you love to look at houses? Um, Not necessarily. You know,
My
but
wife loves to look at houses. I'm not a big house watcher, but I get that. I get it. I get it.
but they always said, "Oh, if you love to look at houses, this would be a great job for you." What I
Interesting.
discovered early on
Interesting.
was I love to help people.
Oh, I love that.
And this is a business that you're helping people. And when I
Yeah.
get the challenge, it's like, "Hey, Barb, this is the kind of home we're looking for." I'm like, "Okay, where
Right.
is it?" You know,
Right. Right.
and
So,
start searching for it. But how can I help them? That's the key for me.
and I love that too. I think that you and I are in kind of like very much fulfillment style businesses where we get our fulfillment from the success from others, where they found their home, they've got their home. In your case, and in my case, it's business owners not it being so chaotic and finding their path and their way. And but both of them put them in much better places. I just want you to know
Mhm.
that I can relate and I like that. There's a similar thing that you probably do that many business owners should be doing, but probably aren't in a lot of cases. And that's tracking leads. Is that something that you find that you do or have been doing? And if so, what's your process on that?
We pretty much, everything is tracked through a tracking system as far
Okay.
as where they're coming from.
Sure.
And as a real estate agent, you really need to know,
Yeah.
because I see a lot of people that will spend lots of money for leads. And if they're not tracking that to see where their business is coming from and where their leads are coming from,
Yes.
they could be wasting a lot of money.
It's an
And
expensive bonfire.
and you know what? I'm a perfect years ago, I did everything with the shiny, object.
Oh gosh,
Oh,
yeah.
I
Like
need to do this and I
squirrel.
need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was doing all of that. And at the end of the day, you're spending this much on marketing and advertising and promotions. And then you would come back to your lead tracking system and you would go, okay, almost every single one of these people either was from our networking, our database,
Hmm.
or a referral.
Nothing to do
So
with marketing, right?
yeah,
Or direct marketing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you start changing the way you do things.
And it's important to know what you are marketing. I mean, it's important to know that it's effective. And
Right.
it's the one thing that we kind of throw a bunch of money at it, throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping it sticks, right? I mean, we throw a bunch of money at it. Honestly, when we're taught by our kind of our parents how to do business, or other people that are in business, a lot of time they spread that, you need to market, you need to get your name in the newspaper, you need to get your name in the yellow pages, you need to blah 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 blah. And but they don't know exactly why or how those metrics work, how that math works. And it's so important. And as you kind of dove into that, you said you kind of use a tracking system. Is that like a CRM, a customer
Yes.
relations management program? Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there
And I
any?
will say, I have a lot of the best advice I was ever given when I first got into the business was,
Yeah,
Barb, when you think of a real estate agent, who do you think of? Who comes to mind? Okay.
sure.
So my advice was, go talk to that real estate agent and
Yes.
what's made them successful. And if
Yes.
there's a successful real estate agent out there, they're not afraid to share their success with you.
Absolutely. And did you do that?
I did that.
What
I
impact
did
did
that.
that have on your growth?
Oh my goodness. Here's one of the advices she gave me. And it was, put um something on your vehicle.
Oh, like a signage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I have done that for 21 years. And I mean, just this last week, perfect example, I received a phone call. Hey, Barb, we'd like to meet with you about listing our home.
Hmm.
And I always ask, were you referred to me? How did you get my name? And
Very
they
good.
said, you drive by our home all the time. You must live in our neighborhood.
Can't miss you. Can't
So
miss
it
seeing
was,
you from a mile away.
it can be good and bad, I'm telling
It
you.
is. The noisier your vehicle is, the more attention you will get. Just let's hope it's good attention, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
love I love vehicle signage. It is to me an outstanding method of advertising your business, especially if you're out and about. If you
yeah.
are mobile quite a bit, it's very good. It's very good.
And in real estate, you're mobile quite a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Let's
Yeah.
fast forward a little bit, Barb. Let's go to see what comes next. We're 3, 5 years into the future. What do you see what's going on with Barb Wiedenman and Associates? Do you have more agents? Is it still just Barb? And what does it look like?
It's just Barb.
Okay.
Um, I'll be honest with you, at one point, I was told, grow your business.
Mhm.
Um, and what I really discovered, and this is probably a fault of me,
Okay.
um, I have a difficult time. I want to make sure that my client is taken care of
Mm,
as I would take care of my client. And it's hard to find that perfect person.
Mhm.
as you grow a team, and I did grow a team,
Okay.
um, that's going to take care of them like you do.
Hmm.
And again, that's probably a fault of mine. I'm really very happy where my business is.
Right. Yeah.
And I would probably, as times change and things change for me, um, I'm now a grandmother of two babies. And so it's all that starts to change your
Priorities
outlook.
shift a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I understand
So
that.
am I looking to grow my business? Probably not.
Okay.
I'm very happy with my business. I continue to do a significant amount of business, and I'm very happy.
Of course.
And it still gives me the flexibility to take care of my client and be with my family, which is my number one priority.
And handle
So
some of these other businesses that you're working on too. I mean, those take energy and time, and
they
you have
do.
that flexibility to do that. That's important.
Yeah. And again, those businesses that I do, the foundation, the Gladdies, those also bring business to me.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so as I'm doing that, those are a lot of times more of a networking thing because
Sure.
you continue to meet more people, you know. Um,
Absolutely. I want to jump back real quick because you were talking about, that you had a team, and you mentioned something that so there's a phase in every business owner. If you start out as a solopreneur, that's what we call people who start out in business as a solo artist, if you want
yeah,
to call it that. If you start out as a solopreneur, there's a phase that solopreneurs have to break through in order to punch basically through that glass ceiling of next level. And it is 100%, as you described it, the mirror of trust. And it comes into, how could I ever trust someone else to take care or to love my client as much as I do? And I want to say that you are not alone in one of the largest challenges or hurdles that most solopreneur business owners face is that hump. And quite honestly, many of them don't try. I mean, at least you tried, right? You got into it, and maybe you
right.
had the right tools, maybe you didn't. I don't know. But for whatever reason, it just didn't work out for you. But that's such a huge step that you took in order to even give it a go. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, yeah. I don't regret doing it.
Yeah.
Everything we do in our lives, and I've had plenty of failures,
Yeah. Yeah.
plenty of failures,
Hey, if you're
but
successful, you have had plenty of failures because in my mind, it's the only way.
yeah, and through those failures, um, you learn
Yeah.
what
There it
to
is.
do, what to change,
Yes.
what's going to make you happy at the end of the day,
Yes.
because it has to be about you. At the end of the day, you've got to be. And I will say this, I have such a passion for this business,
Right.
and I just do it. I just every day I get up and I tell new agents, you have to get up and you have to do the business every single day. It's not sleeping in, it's getting
No.
up and
Yes.
go to work
You got to
every
treat it like
single
it's
day.
real. Yeah. The more real you treat it, the more effort you put into it, the more you're going to get back. Period.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, Barb, you've been amazing, and we've covered a lot of ground today. And for those who are watching, I want you to come back, take a peek at this conversation. Um, uh, Barb's talked about some incredibly important things, especially coming from a business like hers, where it starts solo and can stay solo and can also grow. And talking about really kind of finding yourself first, find out what you want, because in the end, it's not about growing. It's about what you want. And if growth is what you want, then try for that, go for that. But if it's where you're at now is what you want, you need to stick it out. You need to do that. And so come back and watch on that. But Barb, as we begin to wrap up, I got a few rapid fire questions that I want to ask you, if that's okay.
Sure.
These are quick, one answer, one sentence answers. So one word
That's probably
answers.
the hard part for me.
Honestly, it's a hard part for a lot of people. But we're
Yeah.
gonna give it a go. We're gonna give it a go. So
Okay.
one word, one sentence answer. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. What is the key to success for you?
Um, Putting others first, putting your client first.
Wow, that's great. What is what is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Network.
Good
Be
one.
involved. Be involved in your community and
Yes.
network.
It's such a good one. It's one that was I underestimated for sure. What is one book you're reading now or have read most recently?
Go giver.
Barb, I have a very heartwarming story to share with you at another time about that book, and I can't wait to share it with you.
Yeah.
You just melted my heart.
Everybody should read it.
Everyone should read The Go-Giver. Absolutely.
Yep.
If you had to choose only one area of your business you could immediately improve tomorrow, what would it be?
Probably teaching clients
Hmm.
about loyalty in the real estate business.
And the value of it.
Yes.
That's good. Before we get into our final question of the day, Barb, how can others learn more about you or Barb Wiedenman and Associates? How can they get in contact?
You can certainly go to my website. It's barbwiedeman.com.
Okay.
You can call me 515-210-3358.
Brilliant. And
Text me, call me.
there you go. And then and that'll all be linked in the description as well
Okay.
below. And then they just need to look at it. What is the last question? Here's the last question. Here we go.
Okay.
What is the most inspiring to you today?
What is the most inspiring to me today?
Mm-hmm.
My family, my children,
Great answer. What a great answer.
my grandchildren.
That's
I have to
wonderful.
go back to I have to go back to family.
Yeah, no, that's they're inspiring to me as well. I can appreciate that.
Yep.
Barb, as we come to a close, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to you. Your journey, not just as a business, but as an owner, has been truly inspiring. And I'm very thankful for the opportunity that you've given us to delve into your experiences and insights.
Yeah.
We're going to gain a deeper understanding for both you and your business.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Everyone, this has been Business Owner Spotlight with Barb Wiedenman of Barb Wiedenman and Associates, and your host, me, Gabriel Moore with Action Coach Business Coaching. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.